share my screen now.
Okay.
Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So just to begin, so this is the Tableau architecture. So as you see, we have sources. This is the multiple sources. It might be from a database, nothing but RDBMS or any of the flat files, plus any of the third-party sources. On these sources will be loaded onto your target database, nothing but a target data warehouse. Just to show you, so always we will have something like this is a source system. On this source system, we apply ETL. And here, so what exactly we do? So this might be a flat file. For example, when you say flat file, it might be a CSV, XLS, text, XML, or anything, or any of the flat files. And it might be a RDBMS file. RDBMS like SQL Server, Sybase, Oracle, DB2, Teradata, and those. Otherwise, this might be from the SAP related files, or it might be any third party sources. Okay, so these are the scratch data source. On these data sources, we are going to apply a ETL. So ETL means whatever the things we have it here, we want to load this data set onto my maybe this I'll call this as a ODS. So when I say ODS, it's nothing but an operational data store where we can store current data. Okay, so for example, we got multiple ETL tools in the market. Something like, let me write it over here, something like Informatica, Data Stage, Data Manager, SSIS, Oracle Warehouse Builder, ODI, Pervasive, and so many. These are all the ETL tools in the market. So what they do, they extract the data from source, apply some business rules, and load it to the target. That's their job. So in this case, when I say target is my ODS, operational data store, where we can store current data. For example, now consider you have today's data, that is 31st. Okay, according to my date, so it is 31st July. Okay, now consider tomorrow when we go to the 1st of August. Okay, and this the 31st July data will flow to the data warehouse. So for me, this becomes my data warehouse. Okay, so this becomes my data warehouse where we will have the data marts. Okay, something like this. These are all my data marts. So maybe a DM1 and maybe a DM2. So when you see data mart, it's kind of a metadata. Metadata is nothing but a data about data. For example, it might be one of the project. For example, it might be a financial project, it might be a teleconferencing project, or it might be a healthcare project. So here, what ODS will do here, whatever the previous day data, that will be pushed to your data warehouse with the help of ETL tool only. Same ETL tool. Okay, same ETL tool. What it does, it is going to store the current day data in the ODS. Okay, so it all depends on the company to company, nothing but project to project, whether they want to store the current day data, current week data, current month data, or current year data. It all depends. So whatever they store it here, that's nothing but a current data. Now, later part, whenever you load it, all the historical data will be loaded to your data warehouse. So data warehouse is nothing but a actual data. So for example, any of the company has some project that will have a actual information. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubts so far?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. And this is we're talking in the behind the scenes. Okay. Now again, what I'll do, I am going to have these data warehouse data flows to the reporting structure. Okay, something like I send it to this. So now for our Tableau purpose, whatever you see it from here, this is your data warehouse, and here to here. Maybe from this place to the this place, we'll be having a Tableau. So in this case, what you would get here is it might be a reporting purpose, it might be for analyzing purpose, and it might be for querying purpose, or it might be for the data mining purpose. Okay, so these are all the action items which we will take care in the finalized reports. Well, now we have, okay, so here we have multiple reporting tools in the market, something like I could say a Cognos, business object, OBIE, MSBI, MicroStrategy. Okay, these are all your reporting tools. Same way we have some of the visualization tool in the market, something like a Tableau, Spotfire, ClickView. Then you have a Power BI, and you have Domo. These are all your visualization tools, and these are all your reporting tools. So any of the visualization or reporting tool should follow this particular end-to-end data warehousing steps. So
Okay.
something like you get the data from your clients, and that data should go through any of the ETL tool, and then they should load it to the ODS, and depends on the project to project. So currently whatever I'm explaining, so there are only two stages. One is ODS, one more is data warehouse, and it all depends on the project. Sometimes for example, if I just take uh, you'll have a sources, and you'll have landing area, and you'll have stage 1, and you'll have a stage 2, and you'll have a target data warehouse. So there are multiple stages in between, so they will have their own facilities, nothing but categorization. So maybe when I say landing area, I'll just dump each and every record onto this. But here we will apply some of the logic and then put it here. And there are chances that for the optimization, I'll do something else here. And after that, I load my data to the data warehouse. These kind of a flows also would be there. It all depends on project to project. This one you understand when you join any of the projects in the
Okay.
real time scenarios.
I have a question here. So,
Yes.
when will you do the Tableau point? Like, I mean, when you do the tables and the
Mm-hmm.
final visualization, what will
Mm-hmm.
they do after that? So, does it come before development or does it come after development and testing? When does this reporting and how does this help these visualization things help in real time? I can't hear you. I still cannot hear you. I still cannot hear you, Suresh.
Hey, Manisha, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm sorry. So somehow there was a connectivity issue.
right.
Okay. So to your question, you're asking like where are the tables, right? After
No,
that,
in real time, like I was wondering, like how will the charts will be useful? So will it come for a company like before the requirements start, we do this, or after the development and testing done, we do this, or when do we do this Tableau stuff, and
okay.
how does it
So
help?
okay.
I'm not
So
sure if I'm asking the right question first of all.
right, that's the right question because what happens here is to accomplish any of the project, minimum thing is you would require one ETL and one reporting.
Okay,
Okay, first thing. So what happens here is so at the end of the day, a customer, a clients want to analyze their own data. So whether something like in this particular category or in this subcategory, which one is giving us the better profit? Which category is giving us the better profit? So something like he has to analyze that. For analyzing it, he has to get that kind of data. Okay. So, but if you observe in this here, you will get the scratch information. So there are something like there are so many errors would be there. What do you just do? You will just cleanse this, and load it to the data warehouse. Once you load the data warehouse, then only your Tableau development will start. You cannot start Tableau development until this the data is available in your data warehouse.
okay,
Okay, nothing but a tables also. Okay, it can be table structure or it might be a exact data. Then only you would be able to start the Tableau development. So it's something like as part of the project, the ETL as well as the Tableau will be involved. This that as a timelines, once the information is available in your target data warehouse, then that can be taken to your Tableau and build a dashboard.
okay,
Okay, hope I'm answered your question.
yeah,
Okay, and here this one is the Tableau's one. So in some of the reporting tools, there will be a one more layer called metadata modeling in between this. So when you say metadata modeling, what happens here is whatever the tables you get it, those tables may not be joined to each other, and maybe those tables are joined, but at the end of the day depends on the requirement. You want to create some of the schemas. The schemas may be a star schema. So there might be a star schema, nothing but a table, the fact table surrounded by the dimension tables, something like this. So hope you understand the fact and dimensions here.
Yeah.
Okay. So here fact table contains the measurable information, dimension table contains the characteristics. Now here these kind of schemas. So we got star schema, star schema, snowflake schema, schema, and star flake schema. Okay, so these are all the three different schemas will be available in your data warehousing. Depends on the requirement, you would create these kind of schemas and then you will publish to the reporting layer. So this one you use it through a different metadata modeling tools. For example, framework manager, and then Oracle administrator, and then information design tool. So these are the tools. This we call it as a metadata modeling tools, where we create these kind of schemas and create some of the package and publish to the reporting layer.
Okay.
Once you publish, then only you will be able to create the reports. But for the Tableau thing, this particular layer is skipped, and that's where this layer we are doing it at the data source pane, nothing but data source tab. So where, for example, we just take any of the source file and then try to drag and drop and create one of the schema, something like a dragging order and people and returns. This schema, nothing but this particular connectivity, nothing but a join between two or three tables. Those things will be created in this particular layer. This is your data source layer. But as part of the reporting or any other reporting tools, you would try to create the schemas in these tools. There is a separate tools that is called as a metadata modeling tool. So framework manager will be used for the Cognos, Oracle administrator will be used for the OBIE, information design tool is used for the business objects. Same way we use some more different tools for MSBI as well as MicroStrategy.
Okay.
Is this clear? This is very important when you just look at the project at a higher level.
Okay.
Maybe
Have you
maybe
also
from a
recorded this session?
sorry.
Have you started recording this session too?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So that's the reason I just wanted to go from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, this is something like I explained on that day, but I
Okay.
explain it quickly and with less information.
Right.
But here I'm trying to give you each and everything, and you ask me if you have any questions.
Sure.
Okay, at a higher level, so this is the flow we maintain in any of the data warehousing projects.
Okay.
So that has to go from here till here.
Okay.
Okay, hope this is clear. I'll move on to the next one. So
Mm.
that's where, like, now what happens here is Tableau starts from here, the data warehouse part. The data warehouse part, something like these are the ones. So now you might be getting the information from different scratch sources, but at the end of the day, you're going to load it to this particular location, data warehouse location. From here, you will take it to the Tableau directly. Now, in this case, whatever you see reporting tool, that's nothing but a directly Tableau. Tableau is coming into picture here, and you are accessing the information from the data warehouse. And even Tableau, something like, so something like, now consider this is my data warehouse. Okay, this is my data warehouse. So in this case, I'm directly getting the information from this and creating the dashboards. So that dashboard is nothing but your Tableau desktop. Okay, Tableau desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now here you are bringing the information from the data warehouse, nothing but your, that's a RDBMS data system. So RDBMS data set. When you say RDBMS, so it has to be something like a SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, Teradata, this kind of. Okay. Now Tableau can get the information from your local system. So consider this is your local system. That is nothing but your flat file. Okay. So again here you're trying to get the information here to here. Okay.
Okay.
So you're getting the flat file information also directly to Tableau. Plus you can even get the third party information. So when you say third party, it might be SAP or it might be some other source file. Okay. So this also can be one more thing which where we will get the information to the Tableau desktop. Okay. So these three can become our source to the Tableau desktop. So that is what it says. This one we are getting into the Tableau desktop directly.
Okay.
Okay. So in Tableau desktop, we'll try to develop our charts. Okay. So however I want, it can be anything. It can be a bar chart, it can be a pie chart, it can be a histogram, or it might be something else. Okay. We'll try to develop the dashboard here. Dashboard nothing but it consists of multiple worksheets. Okay, so that you create here. So nothing but one of the dashboard you create. While creating it, you will access the information for your source that will have an extract as well as a live query. When you say extract, we are going to refresh the information to get the latest data from a DB or a Excel file, anything, any of the source system. Okay, that's where we have the Tableau data extract involved in between. This is called as a Tableau data extract database from a Tableau end. Plus, we do have a live query where it directly connects to your live database. Using this, you try to create a dashboard over here. So Tableau desktop is the one of the development tool in the Tableau. Once you create this, you have to publish so that we can maintain these dashboards in the server or online. So that's where like when you publish it, you can publish through a security. Okay, so something like which user should have a read permission, which user should have a write permission. Those kind of a security will be applied onto each and every dashboard, and then we will keep it onto the Tableau server or a Tableau online. That's where we'll try to schedule the refreshes. So if it is live query, you don't need to schedule it, but if it is a extract query, Tableau data extract, then you have to schedule it in the Tableau server. Same way you have a Tableau online also, but Tableau online is the website from a Tableau site, but Tableau server is the dedicated server from an organization. When any of the organization does a project, they will buy one of the Tableau server license. After this, we can utilize these dashboard wherever the dashboard which are published to the Tableau server. Those things can be utilized to share it with the users, or users can edit it. Users can do like some of the users have a read permission, then they can just view it, or you can just extract those information by a static reader, something like through a Excel sheet or a PDF or something else. Okay,
Okay.
And there's one more thing called Tableau Reader. This is something like when you do not have any of the Tableau installed on your machine, somebody sends you the Tableau workbook. You can install this one from just Googling the Tableau Reader. It's a quick installation, and you can just see those Tableau workbooks.
Okay.
Okay, this is one of
So
the
real
simple
time I'll be
architecture.
working on the Tableau Reader also.
Come again, come again.
In real time I'll be working on Tableau Reader or workbooks.
Very less. Very less. It's something like consider you will be working on this Tableau desktop mainly,
Mm-hmm.
and you will send one of the workbook to the one of the user.
Okay.
Consider when that user does not have a Tableau desktop installed on his machine, then we will suggest him to install the Tableau Reader. It does not require any of the licenses. Okay, it's a free version. So if they can install this, automatically they can just view the Tableau desktop workbook, whichever you sent it. This is just for users, not for developers.
Okay. And also on real time I'll be working only on Tableau desktop or will I also be working on Tableau desktop and the Tableau server?
Both. We would
Both.
be working on both. But if you are a pure developer, you would only be working on the Tableau desktop. But mostly I've seen whenever you work on the Tableau desktop, at least some part you will work in the Tableau server. Why? Because once you create this dashboard, you have to publish. When you publish, so there are chances that you want to publish this one from dev to QA, QA to production. It is something like you will publish the dashboard to the development first. Once it is published, then you have to migrate it to QA. So even when you are moving to QA or a UAT, you have to follow the same procedure. And then there, what happens? That particular UAT reports goes to the UAT users. They will try to review the dashboard, and they will suggest you if any changes has to be done. If there are any changes, again you will try to make those changes in the development, and again publish back to the UAT. And if the UAT user approves that particular dashboard, then that dashboard will go to the production.
Okay.
So this is the process we maintain in any of the real-time project, and that to be the all these things we will do the like with the proper timelines.
Okay.
So something like we develop all the reports in the beginning, and then we will have some time for the UAT, and UAT they'll take 2 to 3 weeks to review all the reports, and then once they review all the reports, then they'll give approval. After that, we will create a documentation for the migration stuff. When you migrate, that will be migrated to production.
Okay. So in real time, like we were using the Tableau is used for almost all the layers, right? In the
Correct.
right.
Yes. Yes. We will use all the layers. And one
Okay.
more thing, as I said, like we would be using the Tableau server also. Nothing
Okay.
but not to the extent, nothing but you're not going to work like like a actual admin. It is something
Right.
like now consider
Only
you
for the
have a report here.
purpose.
You published it. You want to see where it got published, and
Oh,
once you got published, and you want to see whether uh, who are the users should access this report. After that, maybe I'll have some of the groups. I need to create groups, users, and I have to give the permission to the only specific groups. So all these things will be maintained in the Tableau server. For that much activity will be done by any of the developer.
okay.
Okay, hope I'm clear on this.
Yes.
Great. Any doubts? No, right?
No.
Let me know in case any. Moving on to the next one. So I'll directly move on to the Tableau hands-on here. So in this case, like we are establishing a connection with the datasets, understanding the UI of Tableau, and performing join operations. Uh, to start with, let me just directly hop into the data source. Here you have the global superstore, nothing but this is one of the superstore business. Global means it will be for all the countries. And if I go to the sheet pan here, if I can just take the country, Okay, so let me just not do this way. So if you observe, these are all the countries available, and you can download this also. We call it as a global superstore,
Okay.
and just check global superstore as well as the superstore sample superstore.
Okay.
Download both of them. Download both of them and try to see any of the years are matching. Something like we got a ordered it here. For this one, we have a 2011, 12, 13, 14, and make sure one year is matching in the superstore also, sample super also. Even if it doesn't, it is not an issue, so that's fine. uh, just the differentiation is global superstore has everything, but sample superstore has only the US state, US country.
Okay.
Okay, that is the difference. Going back to the data source, here we can just do a joining between these two, and we got a live connection as well as the extract connection. Live is directly connected, extract means you have to refresh it every time, and then you can just click on this add to filter the dataset from the source side only. So consider in your project you want to work with only one category, not all the category. Then it's not good idea to keep those categories in your worksheet completely. So better you just go and just click on category and try to restrict for a technology. So this way you can optimize the report processing. Okay, next one is you have this one. So by clicking on this you would be able to change the data types, and then you can click on this to rename this, copy values, hide a column. You can just alias means currently these are all the members, zero these things. And if you want to change those members, maybe this one I call it as a 100 means the 10 means I'll make it as a 10, and this is I'll make it as a 1000. Okay, when I have 1000 something like this, the spelling is wrong. And now here what happens, these are the members, but as a result you would get as thousands. Now which one is that? Okay, this is the one. And what I'll do, member, right, and then maybe edit this, add it, and click on the row ID and say select some list. And here I could select none, I can select 10. So what happens here is this will show as a 10, but in the back end the row ID will hold 10.
Okay.
Okay, just for your
Display.
view purpose, display purpose, you're trying to change, you're just putting an aliases for any of the columns. And then you can create a calculated field, nothing but you're going to create the new calculation. Okay, so we'll talk about it calculation separately. And you got groups means you can create the multiple groups. So currently it's a 10, so if you have more you can just have it more and more. Okay,
Okay.
and then you have a bins also works like a group, just that we are going to specify the size of the bin. So for how many sizes it should become one group, so maybe I'll say 100 size. So which means what happens, 1 to 100 becomes one group, 101 to 200 becomes another group, 201 to 300 becomes another group. So it will be equally distributed, but in the group you can distribute it unequally. So it's something like 1 to 10 should be in one group, 10 to 90 should be another group, 90 to 300 would be another group. That kind of a grouping can be done in the groups, but in the bins it has to be equally distributed.
Okay.
And after that you have a describe, and one more thing is pivot is there. We'll talk about pivot. Pivot is nothing but maybe you have seen in the Excel sheet, they're pivoting the data to column to rows. So you just change the data from a column to rows to column. So we'll
Right.
check about that maybe in any of the real-time scenarios. Otherwise, these are all the things which we will do as part of this data sourcing. Once we have this, maybe I'll go to the sheet one. So maybe for now I'll go back to my PPT.
So, but in real time, will we be also using the bins? I
Yes,
mean,
we do. So
okay.
there is one thing called histogram.
Okay.
So now let me just quickly show you. And now I'll click on this show me tab. Now, if you look at this, nothing has been highlighted. Now what
Hmm.
I'll do, so maybe I'll click on the profit, just a profit. So look at this, how many of them are enabled? This is enabled and this is enabled. And there's one more thing called histogram also got enabled. Now if I click on this, okay, automatically you would see some of the bins here. So
Oh,
for now, by looking at this profit, it created everything as one of the bin. So maybe if I go up here, there should be something called a profit bin. So automatically it creates. Maybe I'll edit this. So look at this here. Size of the bin is 1. So considering this one, 14, so 0, 1, everything. So just a bin. So something like I would say 0.2. Okay, so let me just take the sales. I need to have a right data for to show. Now everything showing 1. 1 second. Sales bin. Maybe we'll say 100. No, this is okay. Count is there. 3. Okay, something is dropped. So, but I'll just get a new like field and show you this. So it will be used in the real-time scenario. Yes. So I'll
okay.
show you for sure. This one, there's one exercise. I'm not sure like what is wrong with this. So it
Okay.
has to be something like distributed, something like a 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 150, like that. So
Okay.
there's some issue with this. So, but I'll show you for sure. So there's a home screen, and if you want to establish a connection, as we already know, like we just drag and drop any of the Excel sheet,
Mm-hmm.
connect to a file. I think hope you have the access to this particular PDF. You can just go through this. It can be renamed. You can just view the tables, drag and drop, and so same way you have a UI components. So on the left side you have a data pane, marks card, and column and row shelf, toolbar, canvas or VPN. And this also called as a pills, and here we can do various visualization improvements based on the show me tab, and you can just switch the sheets or a dashboard or a stories in between, and these are the attributes and below are the measures. Attributes are nothing but your dimensions. So this region will show you where you will get the data visualized, and this is the column and rows, and this is you can just choose some of the toolbars. So it's
Okay.
kind of a shortcuts, I would say, shortcuts.
Also, in this, the parameter we'll be creating by ourselves, right? According to the needs.
Yes, yes, that is separate session, so we will do that
Right.
also.
Okay.
Yeah. And here there are multiple ways to like visualize something. Like you can just drag, like click on this profit sales, all the four, and just check on the show me tab, and it will display uh, the the best suited chart for your development
Oh,
in the show me tab when you have this. Otherwise, if you are sure about the development, you can just drag and drop and create by your own. The next one is fit access. If you want to restrict the information to a specific uh, data range, so maybe it started from minus 20k to 50k, but if I observe, there are no data in the minus, so in that case I can start from 0. That way you can just restrict through a fit access.
okay.
And you got a data types, so text values, date and time, numerical values, boolean values, geographical values. These are the things will be available. And you got a file types. So as I tell, twb, twbx dot tdx. Twb is something like whatever the internal items, nothing but whatever you pick it for your development from the local system, those will not be copied in this. So it's something like it contains the information on each sheet and dashboard that is present in the workbook. Okay, and whatever the external item will not be copied in the twb, but in the twbx all the external items also be copied. And Tableau data source, it's something like where you could get only the connection details, and that also can be published to the server or online. In the continuation, you got a Tableau data extract. This is one of the uh, database just for the extraction purpose, and Tableau bookmark, where we can just like share the one worksheet to the other workbook. And Tableau preferences, that's a .tps. This will hold the color preferences across all the workbook. And joins and unions, so as we already saw it, so we just look at this. We have an inner join, left outer, right outer, full outer, and Cartesian product. And we have this inner join, left, right, and full outer, as well as cross join.
Okay.
So these are differences. Joins will combine the columns, union will combine the rows.
Hmm.
Okay, so perform join in Tableau, so by just dragging and dropping all the tables, and you would be able to perform the joins. Next, we will see the cross join in the next class. So we'll have to do one of the exercise by taking the sales data set and the product data set.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I'll share this also with you
Okay.
in a while. So maybe I'll take a look right now.
And the global superstore and the sample superstore should be available online, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If not, let me know. I can provide you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll share that information. If any questions, let me know.
Okay. So next class is going to be on Monday, right?
Monday. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much,
Happy
and
weekend.
have a good weekend. Bye bye.
Bye.